Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo. I am back in the basement that had flooded this week. Spent a lot of time clearing this out, trying to not breathe in mold all week long. On top of that, been working a long ass work week. I was up and out of the house at 5 a.m. today in Long Island working. Just made it back in time to buy some beer and crack some open with y'all to talk some football. So let's get it started.
What took you so damn long, you bastard?
For real, John.
Actually, I started before.
It's foaming all up because I ran home with it. So good to see you, John.
Cheers, man.
Okay. Good to see everybody in the house already. Rob G, I wanted to mention that he said, who deleted my comments? And yes, Rob, I saw. Rob had posted some comments earlier, and I just looked right now, and they're gone for some reason. I wish we were as knowledgeable to say that we know how to delete comments, but we don't. So we are actually begging for comments. That being said, Rob, post the comment again if it was so great. It was something about the All-Star game, which we're gonna get into right now. But first of all, I want to say what's up to Ray Purcell. Ray Purcell, new member of the channel, new member of the Stoop crew. So everybody say what's up to Ray Purcell. Ray, let us know where you're from. I think you're in London, actually. Who do you support? Talk to us all about that, my friend. Good to see you on the show. Welcome to the Stoop crew. I have the new Stoop flag that will be flying at the Emirates at the North London Derby. We're taking that with us. We also have the white one with this logo on it that we will be flying at Ellen Road. And we're hoping to get that out to Ellen Road. And any of you Stoop crew members who are Leeds based, please come out. We would love for you to sign that flag, Stoop crew members representing. It's going to be so much fun. I can't believe that it's actually coming up in a couple of weeks. Please don't be postponed or canceled or anything like that. That being said, what's up, Jimmy Bremmer's Ghost, Ben Ireland, Director John. Who else do we have in here? Anders is here. Macronomical, Pincushion. Good to see all y'all. We got Grahamwood Robinson in the house as well. Very good to see all of y'all. Y'all ready to talk some football? We had football today. There was actually football played, if you want to call it that. Fulham scored a bunch of goals in a small amount of time to come back from behind to beat Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa won 1-0 against Southampton. Basically, you said Gary Neville's right. Not a lot of people say that these days. That's a little cringeworthy. Oh, yeah, and he was talking about... about Bournemouth being acquired by the Vegas Knights or something like that. The owners of the hockey team out in Vegas. That's crazy as well. Pincushion says he'll be at the Aston Villa game at Ellen Road. We will see you there, my friend. We will be there. Make sure we meet up somehow. Get on the website on thestupidlolo.com. You'll be able to follow all of Mark and I's adventures that don't get posted on YouTube or anything like that. We will be updating that constantly, letting you guys know what's going on. And Macronomical mentioned the rail strike October 1st. That, I don't know. We were trying to do some research, and Ben will be on here. Ben did some research looking into that. He can give us some updates on that. But listen, a rail strike against two North London teams, like just walk there. We can walk there. That's fine. Where Mark and I are staying, 20 minutes on the tube to get there, or we'll just fucking walk. All right? Come on.
What's this thing you speak of? Research?
That's why I say I didn't do it. I didn't do it, John. Come on, don't yellow card me or anything. We're only 5 minutes into the show. But guys, let us know your thoughts on all that. We're going to be talking about the proposed All-Star game idea. I think that's a very fun topic for Happy Hour, so we're going to be talking about that, looking into the absurd selections that were made by fans, I guess. I'm not sure exactly who made that selection, but it's kind of atrocious. If you know anything about the rail strike, excuse me, excuse me. Let me know about that as well. But first off, I want to introduce my lovely co-host. Let's bring him on. He'll be with us at the Emirates and at Ellen Road. Mr. Mark, get in here.
So excited. We are.
I know.
We are
I see
literally
that shit-eating grin right there.
T minus 15 days away from the North London Derby, and I'm still pinching myself. Woo! That we are going to be there, and God damn it, whether it be a royal death or a train strike or I don't know, some sort of small nuclear device, nothing is going to stop us from getting there and being where
we're
we
going
need
to the Emirates. If there's not a match, we're there anyway. We'll
there
play
anyway.
We'll make a ball out of trash and kick it around.
Just like we did when we were 7. Duct tape and an old
terrible
t-shirt.
cough, by the way.
All that mold you're breathing down in that basement.
Well, no, yeah, probably. You're probably right. So, yes, that being said, if there is a rail strike, we will need help getting to Leeds from London Sunday morning. So if anybody has a car and wants to come pick us up, you can crash with us Saturday night and then just, take us to Leeds in the morning. That would be awesome. So maybe Ben's mom will come and pick us up. I know she's an Arsenal fan. We'll bring her a kit or something. Speaking of kits, you love my new pink kit? Yeah, man.
I like it better than
I got the sullen Odegaard on the
Everton. I like it better than the Everton pink.
Yeah, man. At least it has these like little dots and things like that.
Little doodads. Yeah, it looks good on you. Looks good on you.
I could stand to lose a little weight, but what can you do?
Just more of you to
filling
love.
It out like a sausage right now. So
right.
So Mark, how's your week been?
My week has been it's been interesting. I've been busy with some projects that are wine related. I've had some people reach out to me out of nowhere and are asking me to pick my brain as far as what I know about wine and select some wine for them. So I've been dealing with some some fun. It's fun stuff, but it's also tracking it down and making sure that they're getting what they want can be very difficult.
Mark, I don't know.
I watched a little. I watched a little Champions League, and I was very, very disappointed in the own goal against Celtic, because that was the difference of about $1,300 for me.
Yeah, man, that fucking own goal.
We missed it by that much.
We had a $1 9-leg parlay. We hit 8 legs, and Shakhtar Donetsk lost, or they drew.
They drew because of an own goal.
If Shakhtar won that, a $1 bet would have netted us $1,300. I'm glad you tailed that on me. I wish you would have tailed the round robin as well, because the round robin won me $60 or something.
I didn't tail the round robin, but what I did is I broke up that 9 into 3 separate ones, and I won on 2 of them. So I more than won my money back. Not nearly $60, but I'm quite happy with the result.
Well, that's good. Mark, I was just thinking. I don't know if much of the Stoop crew actually knows what you were referencing with the wine stuff. Mark is a sommelier. I don't know if you guys know this. So if there's any questions you have about wine, now is the time to ask Mark about wine. And this is what he charges for. But here on the Stoop, we give it away for free.
But I want to go to London.
What year wine is that? What year wine is that, Mark?
That's a
all
very,
year.
very. It's a very fresh wine. It's a lovely 2022.
Brooklyn.
You had your chance, Mister.
Brooklyn.
That's a Brooklyn wine.
That's a nice. Something like that. I would have a cheese plate, maybe a little. Anyway, let's.
Neither, Saul. Neither.
Yeah. Saul with the Thunderbird. Let's get into it. Let's bring in our guests for the evening. We have 2 Leeds United fans coming in right now. I figure don't make Mr. Tom wait. Nobody puts Mr. Tom in a corner. So let's bring on Mr. Tom and Ben Ireland. Good to see both of you guys.
What's up,
First
boys?
and foremost, Mr. Tom, I'm not even going to ask you because I know that is the Mountie.
The Mountie.
That is the Mountie.
What's his real name?
Dudley Do-Right.
Dudley Do-Right.
He's actually in a GIF that Lolo sent in the WhatsApp group.
The hugging and kissing. I didn't know
Yeah.
who those guys were, but they were wrestlers.
Yeah, that's
so.
the Mountie. Before he was
They
the
were
Mountie.
hugging and kissing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
So
with his brother.
Leeds United, you guys, you didn't lose this. You're not going to lose this weekend to Manchester United. That's got to be a good thing, right?
Yeah, no. I see the positives behind it, but I'm just fucking bored.
You want to watch some football, right?
Yeah, some proper football. What I've got an
All right,
interest in.
Well, then, just wait until Sunday morning, the first match Sunday morning. Brentford and Arsenal are playing. That should be some good football.
On a plus,
From
do you know the final score for the 21s? We were 2-0 up, I think.
It ended up
Yeah, I'm not
6-2.
sure. But
6-2, thank you. Because
speaking of Brentford, I'd like to congratulate Ivan Toney for making the English squad.
yeah,
Oh,
why didn't he make the
man.
Premier League squad?
Listen, how does fucking Harry Maguire make the England squad? He can't even make the Man United.
Because it's like Division 2 football. It's slow as fuck, and it's easy
Yeah.
for him.
And I think it's also
It
like,
suits him.
yeah, I don't know. I thought Kilman was going to get the call.
It just
International
suits him.
football
Fail it
is
right.
a boys' club.
No matter what you
It's a
say.
mate.
I just how does Grealish
look,
make the
look,
club or make the squad?
Southgate's a hypocrite. He says he picks players on form, which in the case of Harry Maguire isn't the truth. But he's not let England down.
Every England manager says that. Whenever
Yeah.
they come in, they will say, because the criticism of the England manager is always that they pick the same players regardless of form. So
Yeah.
they get people on side by the first thing they say is, I'm going to pick players on merit, not based on reputation. And then they eventually fall into big mates club, where the team
Well,
essentially picks itself.
It reminded me a lot of the All-Star game picks, where I was like, wait, what?
The Big Six game
Southgate
picks.
playing? Yeah, he's playing like, oh, well, he's our captain. You know, isn't Harry Maguire the captain? No, Kane is, right?
Kane's the captain of the English squad.
Maguire lost
Yeah.
it because of the Greece saga.
Because he was
Yeah.
terrible.
You know,
No,
because
because
he
he was
bribed,
like-
he allegedly
drunk and
bribed,
slapping.
he bribed the
Slapping ass
copper
in
and
Greece.
kicked one and said his
Yeah.
sister got
He
drugged and all that shit.
allegedly did it, but there's 20 other people in England team that weren't accused of it remotely. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, if we're going on form, Ben White has started every single match playing out of his proper position and been doing a fucking fantastic job. So
If we're going on form,
yes,
then
I know it's
didn't
Arsenal,
Ben
it's
White-
Arsenal, it's Arsenal.
No,
if
didn't
we're going
Ben
on
White make
form,
the
there's
team?
at least
Ben White
15
made
defenders
the,
ahead
made
of
the
him.
English team.
There's at
You
least
sure?
15 defenders ahead of him on form. You could go into the championship and pick better defenders.
Yeah.
what, better than Ben White?
No better than Harry Maguire.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you had turned on
No,
us.
no. I won't turn on Ben White. I love Ben White. I've got his signature
Yeah.
on my
Yeah.
photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jimmy
just
says
confirming.
Rolls
Jimmy
Royce.
says Slabhead headbutted and then kicked a Greek cop across a bar, then tried to bribe the cops. Yet he got a slap on the wrist. But to me, like that's proper English behavior, no?
And apparently he's appealed it, but he's not been back for his appeal yet. So
Well,
Yeah, and
proper English
Ben White didn't get
behaviour
called
is to talk slower, louder, and if that doesn't work, he smashed the place up.
Yeah, and so that's clearly what happened. He probably said, "Excuse me, officer, this is wrong. Oh, you didn't hear me?
No, I
Let me
didn't. I just read
headbutt
that.
you and kick you."
You also have
right.
to talk English, but in their accent.
yeah. And slow.
slow.
Like they're thick as shit when you're talking to them.
Yeah.
It helps.
It's very bad. Yeah, I've got many stories of myself doing the same. So see, we're not so far away from.
I can imagine you in Scotland. Can I have a pint of lager, please?
My wife will not let me go to Scotland. Her sister lives in Edinburgh, and she will not let me go. She's like, you're just going to speak like Sean Connery the whole time, and you're going to get in a fight. Like, somebody's going to fight you, and it's just not going to end well. Because
no, it wouldn't end well, no.
Oh, my God, that would be amazing. It'd be the best thing. Not the fight, I mean, just the Sean Connery.
Just
can you imagine it, can't you? You just could.
Like, this is a lovely pub you've got here. It's quite British of you. And then fucking fisticuffs.
Yeah, I was in a Dublin bar for a bit of a layover. It was like 24 hours. Ooh. And I go to this pub, and there's a couple of Americans at the bar as well. Place isn't too terribly busy, but the young American kids are just like, all right, we're gonna close out, but we'll have a round of Irish car bombs, And I was just like, and I grabbed Christine, and I'm like, let's grab our drinks. We're gonna go stand over here and watch the fireworks happen. She says we should just leave, and I'm like, oh no, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
The bartender grabs one of them and just basically pulls him across the bar, starts screaming at him in phrases that I just couldn't understand. He was so choking on his own rage. But I can only imagine they would probably be a little more tolerant of the Sean Connery accent.
Where have you been hiding this story?
Yeah, that's.
You've had this story in the belt all this time.
That story locked up.
And there you have it. There it is. I've lived a life.
You just need that. And then they went, guys, dudes.
They literally did that.
Dudes. Before we go,
should we get a round of Irish car bombs?
When in Ireland, we do as the Irelandish do, man. And we order an Irish car bomb, man. Can we get 3 Irish car bombs? Do you guys know what an Irish car bomb is? The drink?
I can imagine it's some sort of fucking mad cocktail.
It's half a pint of Guinness, a shot of Jameson with an Irish cream floater, and you drop the shot into the Guinness and you chug the whole thing. It actually is delicious, and it goes down very quickly and very nice.
I can imagine it does, yes.
But it's a little offensive calling it that. Yeah. Anyway, you guys want to get on to the topic of the evening tonight, at least the one that's going to kick us off. Why don't we take a look at these North and South selections? Let's start with the North.
Before we go on, this is going to be an educational moment for Mark here. And I asked, I don't know when, and Ben, you kind of hinted upon it, but what designates North and South?
They're technically,
where's the line?
They're technically right. It's the Midlands somewhere. The Midlands is classed as the North, which is like Birmingham, Aston Villa, Wolverhampton.
Birmingham upwards.
Yeah, basically. But for me, I've always thought it's a little bit higher, just on the shape of the country and not that. But so the South is anything below Birmingham, so Watford down, basically. Watford's just above London, so.
And when you go out east and west.
Yeah, you go to places like Bristol and Norwich, Ipswich.
Yeah, like where's Norwich?
Norwich is right out on it's south, but it's right on the east coast. It's in the middle of nowhere, basically, in sheepland. And then the other way, the biggest club the other way is probably Bristol City at the minute, which is on the arse. So.
Yeah. Oh, there we go, John. Okay, so you would have even West Brom would be in the north then.
Yeah, technically, but I think you'd go along the line of upwards to Norwich. Awesome. I'd say Norwich was south. But Yeah, so go where it says Wales.
Even though it looks
Just
more
where it says Wales, just
but-
draw a line straight across. I'd say that's probably about it.
So everything
Yeah,
below,
makes sense, yeah.
everything below West West
on
Brom
this-
is the
Yeah.
south, and everything
Yeah,
above
basically, yeah.
is the north.
But technically Norwich would be
Yeah.
in the north then.
No, you have to draw your line.
Now,
on
now
to
do you
turn it.
understand? Now do you understand why
I
I
see.
said there should be three: a Midlands, a North, and a South?
Yeah. I
Well,
kind of
Midlands
see
would
from
get their asses handed to
going
them.
at a diagonal from Bristol
Hmm.
to this little bay here.
It's
I mean,
it's
it doesn't
Norwich,
matter
yeah.
anyway because no one in that middle is going to get in these teams anyway.
No.
So what's it matter?
Well,
Where's your pointer, Mr. Tom?
yeah.
Does anybody else agree with me that although it's fucking weird how they've selected it, whether it's the best players from this year, last year, or the last 5 years, I don't know. But
To me,
it's
seems
a
like
big
Sky-
six. It's a big 6-11. It's a promotion of the
it
Premier
has
League
that
players.
feel. It has that feel that Sky Sports just basically put out a poll for the fans, and these are the players they picked.
I
Well,
don't
Mark,
think
that's
it's
exactly. Mark,
You know,
that's
I don't
exactly
know.
what
I
happened.
I didn't see it until this
Let's-
morning.
Let's preface this a little bit. It was actually Todd Bowley, an American, who is a baseball team owner of the Dodgers, right?
He's happens to be owner of the Chelsea
Yeah.
Blues.
Yes, but what is more, the whole reason this is all popping
He's a
up
rich
is
whopper,
because
isn't he?
he mentioned there should be a oh my gosh. Well, there you go. It was was it in the north or the south? I guess that's a southern.
He's going to say
thing.
South all day long.
So Todd Bowley says it would be great if there was like a Premier League All-Star game. Why does he say that? Because that's big money. And where would he want to host it? At fucking Chelsea, whatever they call their stadium.
It's really not the worst idea though. He could have
I don't think it's
suggested things that were far worse. Like I would have expected him to come out with that promotion and relegation should be abolished. That's what I thought would be one of the first things he'd actually come out with.
I don't like that at all.
No.
Because he
I think
that.
no,
I'm
because
sure he
Chelsea
does.
Chelsea never run the risk of being relegated, generally speaking. So that wouldn't even
So
that
it
wouldn't
being a
matter.
possibility is something he won't like.
Yeah. But they would make a shit ton of money off of it. It would be a big. But the thing is, I feel like they would make it a
shit ton of
charity
money
game.
anyway.
I think they would make it a charity game. But here's the thing. After he said that, Sky Sports, The Sun, everybody put out a poll to all their viewers, all the fan base, and said choose who would be on the north and the south. What we got was a shit ton of Manchester United fans putting people like Casemiro and Ronaldo on the team. Here we go. Ronaldo,
Yeah,
Fernandes, and Casemiro make the team. They've played one good game, maybe two good games. Ronaldo's played
Casemiro
38
even played
minutes.
40 minutes this season?
Do you know why I know that
Casemiro-
this is fantasy, all of this? Because in no way would Junior Firpo not be in anybody's team.
Well, I mean, if Ronaldo's played 30 minutes and he's on the team, Firpo's on just based on his mustache alone, I think. But let's look at this. Ronaldo has hardly played. Salah has had a shit season. So if we're going off of these first 6 games, who deserves to be on this team? And I'm going to ask you guys, who do you replace them with? But honestly, Ronaldo, Salah doesn't make the cut at the first 6 games. Sorry. Fernandes, Casemiro don't make the cut. To me, João Cancelo doesn't make the cut.
Luke Ayling has done more than Trent this season.
Virgil van Dijk and Alexander Arnold, Trent Alexander-Arnold
just
do not
play-
make the team.
Yeah.
I would just
I
play
would have
Haaland
liked
up
to
front
seen-
on his own.
I would have liked to seen Sky Sports maybe tell
Yeah.
hey, you're going to vote on this, but let's base it on last year's performance.
For a start, I
That
wouldn't
way
have
you
that
have
formation.
that way you have an entire season to base on. And granted, you could make an exception for Holland and look at the season that he had last year. You could look at like what Casemiro did, but I don't think that was anything No. He would definitely be there
No,
if that's
it's
the
Premier
criteria.
League. You can't give him
You know.
criteria for other leagues.
No, but you can for Champions League.
No, this
Couldn't
is a Premier League All-Star team. It's got to go off that alone.
Why?
No, I see what
thus
you're
I
saying,
said
but-
why you would give special consideration.
Is there anyone in both
I don't know.
squads that's not in the Big Six?
These squads
No,
are shit.
no.
you know,
West
and
Ham,
I
yeah.
don't know how you
West
can base
Ham,
it on
Declan Rice.
five matches.
But even then, he's going to be in the Big Six.
Let's stick with the North right now and talk about the North because there's some major issues that I have right now. 4 of the 11 are from Liverpool. Liverpool has undoubtedly had a lackluster, shitty start to the season.
Right, you've got to replace Fernandes with Bernardo Silva for a start, for me.
Yes.
I know he's another City player, but...
Yeah. But let's go all the way to the back and let's look at Alisson. Alisson, is he a quality keeper? Yes. Is he fantastic most seasons? Yes. Will he have a great season this year? Probably yes. But if we're going off of now,
Nick
in
Pope?
the North, you have Nick
There
Pope.
should be some. I'd have Joe Linton in there before Casemiro at the moment.
Yeah. But I'd
Well-
have Nick Pope in goal.
I mean, let's look at it.
He's played
Nick
well this
Pope,
season.
Nick Pope has... Okay, Alisson has 13 saves and 2 clean sheets. Nick Pope has 28 saves and 3 clean sheets. Fucking Sa from Wolves has 17 saves and 3 clean sheets. That's more than Alisson. So tell me, riddle me this, Batman. Why the fuck is Alisson in that starting 11?
Because the vote got sent out to Big Six fans and they hid
Yes,
away
Tom, I
the
want a
votes from
different
Newcastle
answer.
fans.
All right. I hear
I'm
your
saying they hid
answer,
it away
and I'm
because
rejecting it.
Newcastle, there should be Newcastle players in that North 11.
Yeah.
Whichever one's
shit.
up for
What
debate.
You know,
I think
you
is,
know, you
you
talk
know,
about
maybe-
Liverpool and a fucking Liverpudlian fucking fan shows up. Why is Alisson, Van Dijk, Alexander-Arnold, and Salah in this North 11? Chris, I want to know.
You'd have Nunes out of all of the Liverpool players. Diaz, sorry. Diaz. He'd be the one who got in this season.
I'd have fucking
we-
Harvey Elliott over all of these twats.
Because we base things on a year and not a month. That's why
no,
they're in there.
we're basing it off of this season.
We played
Yeah, 'cause
5 games.
You can't have
Yeah,
Haaland in
and
there
they've been
over a
terrible.
That's
year.
what I'm saying. This is a
And
popularity
Haaland has 10
contest.
goals.
I know, but then
Chosen by
you'd
the
have like
fans.
Yeah, but if you're going off a year, Haaland's not in there. He spent a
There's
year
no
in the
criteria.
fucking
It's who
Bundesliga.
has the most fans.
Exactly. This didn't go out to Leeds fans. This did it. It's just
Well, I was putting in a plea for Rodrigo over Ronaldo. If we're going off of the beginning of this season, Rodrigo has had a much better season than Ronaldo. And Salah.
Casemiro hasn't even played, has he? Or barely?
He's played like
He's
40
played, but
minutes.
he
well.
hasn't
total.
If we're
started.
going off this season, then Sinistera beat Salah.
It's insulting even having Salah next to Haaland on this sheet, really, if we're being truly
I mean,
honest.
Haaland is the only one already putting up. Haaland,
That's the whole
can
point.
we
You
just
can't
understand
base it-
he has 10 goals already?
You can't
10
base
fucking
anything off of
goals.
a month. Holland's already like Holland. This should be the who will be there at the end of the season prediction. Like, and I'd still change
Well,
some.
then do it at the end of the season.
Okay, so Chris, you pose a good question. If we're doing
You
end
can't
of the season
predict.
predicted North 11, what would you change from this, Chris?
A lot.
Fucking too right.
Good answer. Okay, moving on.
We're not. Yeah.
Chris, tell me.
I mean, Salah's been a top 3 scorer for like the last 5 years. It's a pretty good bet. Like, probabilistically, he's a good bet to be up there, even if he's had a slow start. Ronaldo doesn't look like he's going to play very much, so that one's a bit strange. Haaland definitely should be in there. De Bruyne should definitely be in there. I don't know. Everything else is like, you know,
Trippier should be in it.
over the
That's to me
course
like-
of the year.
Where's
Yeah.
Trippier? Where's Nick Pope?
Where's
Nick Pope is-
the line?
Where's Gimenez as well? He's been.
John, can you
Is there
pop
10
up
clubs
the?
in the north, 10 clubs in the south?
Can you
Oh.
pop up that
Nah.
the map?
No, it's
John?
more. No, because there's still a
This
spread
is
in the middle.
current.
Look at some of the
This-
Brighton players that are on form at the minute. You know, Mitrovic at Fulham is banging goals in.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't gotten to the south yet. Let's stick with the north.
Are we
there's not a
classing the
single
Midlands
Leicester
as
City player.
what are we classing the Midlands
would
of?
be, yeah. They would be north for part
I,
of it.
This
no, I
is
think
like-
you should have them. You should have them, Tom.
This is 2 years ago. There's
I don't
there's
want
fucking
Birmingham.
Yeah, Burnley and,
Jesus
and
Christ,
Sheffield
made me
United.
sick.
Should we just sweep them into Wales?
Hey, give me a break.
no. It's great, John. It's
I'm
great.
kidding.
I would do British, non-British, or English, non-English would be
I'll
my.
just read-
Well,
May
we're
I
gonna
ask
get
why
to that.
Sheffield
Chris.
United
We're gonna
on
get to
there?
that.
Why
This
is
is a map
Sheffield
from
United
2
on there?
seasons ago.
Yeah, why is Sheffield United on there?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. This is like from.
We gotta
a few
take
seasons ago.
Sanderberg.
So who's missing? You replaced Forest.
All right. So guys, straight away, if you could replace one player here, who would it be and who would you replace him with? Mark, we're going to start with you.
Just one.
Um,
Or can we have three?
Just one.
I might do based on the season he's having, and I don't necessarily. I might oh, this guy doesn't play in that position, but Casemiro for me is out. He does not belong on this list. You don't play 5 games, 40 minutes, signed by week 3, whatever, and get on this list. But who he's replaced with, I don't really know.
Rodri.
Because again, all I'm doing is because he would be in the south. He wouldn't be in the north.
Oh shit!
Remember,
you're right.
we're talking
Doesn't
about
matter.
the north.
Fuck him.
But
he's from the north.
And that's
Man
the problem
City's
that I'm
Rodri.
having is that I'm thinking of many players that I could throw in that midfield, but I don't know, off the top of my head and with ease to speak of, who that would, if we get that graphic back up real quick with the map, so I can look at that.
What about the Everton kid, the one who's worth so much money? Anthony Gordon.
Gordon.
Anthony Gordon.
Played well
Hey,
against.
I don't
the
even
guy
know.
from
Forward.
I mean,
Who are you
with all
replacing
the
here? Casemiro.
with all the talk and how everybody was going to get their hands on him, you could easily put Ruben Neves in that spot.
Cool.
I mean,
All right, think about it, Mark. We're gonna move on to Chris, and then we'll come back to
Go
you.
ahead.
All right, Chris, you get one player to take away
All right.
from here.
I was gonna go with Casemiro at first, but I'm gonna go Ronaldo, and I'm gonna be a homer. I'm gonna put Luis Diaz because he's probably the only Liverpool player that deserves to be on the team right now.
You would put more Liverpool players on this
I would put
fucking team.
I would put the most deserving Liverpool player on.
Jeez.
I agree there. I'd take the rest out, but you've give one player. If you're going to put
Right,
a Liverpool
Tom?
player in Diaz,
I got to take off. Ronaldo hasn't played, so
Yeah. Well, let's just say
Obviously,
Rodrigo has 4 times as many goals as Ronaldo. Well, no, because 4 times 0 is 0, so he has an infinite number of goals more than Ronaldo. All right, Tom.
I would say, as I said earlier, I'd probably put Joe Linton smack bang middle of the park.
For Casemiro?
Yeah, it's been very solid. It's like 2 different players from this calendar year compared to last year. Marked improvement.
it's like he's been playing the wrong position his whole career.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Ben.
I'm going to remove Salah and put Aronson in. I think
Brendan
I think he's played fantastic this season so far.
We do the South next.
Well, I'm gonna take out Alexander Arnold and I'm gonna put Kieran Trippier. He's just what he does for Newcastle is more important than anything that you see on a score sheet or anything else. I think he's a big leader on the team, and he also does some incredible things. And he has more goals than Ronaldo.
Good shot from Desert
three
Tomb as well.
He scored 3 out of 4 direct free kicks or something like that since he
good
joined
job.
Newcastle.
Gamera should be a good call out for Casemiro's position as well.
Yeah, but he's
hurt.
He's been injured.
He's only played like 2 matches.
No.
That's 2 matches more than Ronaldo's played.
Yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
Casemiro. All right, Mark, did you come to?
I would say that I would take out Casemiro and I would put in Ruben Neves.
Ruben Neves. All right,
I think
guys,
he's
let's
deserving.
move. Let's move down south.
Kante.
This is Raheem.
He's also
fucking
been hurt since
Sterling.
game.
How is
since
Raheem
game
Sterling in ahead of Son?
How is
Jeez.
Sterling, Conte, Silva, and James on this fucking pitch?
Dyer.
Eric Dyer.
I mean, Conte's only played a half a game. You mentioned Son, but Son so far is not having a good season.
Just in my opinion, though. In my opinion, the North absolutely batters this team.
Yeah, they do for sure.
I put in Saliba over
The
Dyer.
Arsenal shows do nothing. All they've done for the last month, more so last 2 weeks, is sit there going, Saka's been our worst player though thus far. Saka's been terrible. Oh, nothing's going down that side of the pitch. And now but he makes this team. It's absurd.
I also don't understand. Richarlison is definitely not that position.
No. He does not play that position.
You might as well
I
put him
put
in Dyer's
Martinelli
position.
there.
Like it's all.
I'd put fucking Xhaka in over Richarlison right
Yeah,
now,
I
or
would.
Conte, or Rice. Xhaka has had an incredible first 6 games.
You've got at least 3 Brighton players that walk in ahead of them this season.
Where's Pascal Gross?
Yeah, Pascal
Where's
Gross.
McAllister?
That's who I would have in there. Is Pascal Gross is having a phenomenal season.
The kid with the funny
keeper.
eyes up front, Trossard.
No,
he's been
Trossard too. But the keeper Sanchez as well. He's had a very good. Not that I want Ramsdale out, but
Ramsdale's a good shout. He is
Ramsdale's
a
a
good
good shout.
Yeah, but I think I agree with that. Where's the love for Sanchez? Because Sanchez is having a really great year so far.
Okay, so let me ask you guys, who do you actually agree with on this?
Harry Kane and Ramsdale,
Kane,
maybe.
Jesus.
Ramsdale.
Kane and Jesus.
Oh, Jesus as well, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's
I can't find
much.
I can't
There's
find
not
a
much he could have
reason.
done as well.
I can't find a reason to take Ramsdale out. Whether you debate another
It's
keeper
more that
for
I
it.
can't think of a better keeper.
Yeah, but Jesus, Kane, and Ramsdale for me. The rest of it,
Mo Master, I don't want to hear it. I watched Real Madrid this week. Piss poor, my friend. Piss poor.
season of old men, aren't they? They're just a team of not much.
No, but they Real Madrid sail through this stage of the competition, and it when it comes down to April, that's when they start squeaking out.
I think they
Results
scraped
and turning
it. They
people
scraped it to the maximum last season. I don't think they can do that again. Fair play, they won it. I'm not taking away that, but they
Real Madrid
dug their heels in and scraped through. And it was
Hey,
good
Mo
to watch.
Master,
Now, one of
I
the
didn't call
things-
them old men. Everybody else called them old men. I said I watched them this week, and they were piss poor. They were piss poor. You find a way to win. That's the Real Madrid way.
I
and
called
it
them
sucks,
old men.
But,
And I'm not
I mean,
taking
but-
away that they win cups.
As long
but
as Benzema and Vinicius stay healthy, like if one of those guys gets hurt, it will fundamentally change how good that team. Because they're stacked in midfield, but they're not that deep at forward. Benzema gets hurt, it's like It's over.
Isn't he hurt right now? I thought he was hurt.
No, he just wears the wristband, so you think he's hurt.
No.
You think he's got a sprained wrist, but that's just from rollerblading. It's like,
I'll look it up. I don't know. Probably Momaster can answer faster than us.
That Chelsea performance
Abuelo.
at Ellen Road should disqualify all of them from this list. Even Candy,
so
who
guys-
Picked
never
up an
played.
injury against Celtic.
let's
Yeah,
let's
I don't
look
know
at
what-
this, guys, and let's think end of the season. Does this make more
Well-
sense?
No.
End of the season? Do you think this is more likely to be the case? End of the season?
No, I
Eric
don't.
Dyer's shit.
But before we
Phil was
move on to
shit.
where the end of the
Mark?
season would be, I would like to just throw something out there that when we look at these like the North and the South All-Star teams, I would have liked them to have done something similar that we have in fantasy football, where you're only allowed 3 per squad.
Yeah.
Because it just
Yeah.
gets to be too much. And in this case, you've got four Chelsea players. You've got the requisite 3 for Arsenal. You got 3
It wouldn't
for,
be that much different, though.
How about
No, it
2
wouldn't
per
be,
squad?
but it's something. I mean, what's is it in the NFL or is it Major League Baseball in the United States where every team has to have at least one representative?
NHL.
And I know that's a
too.
little tough to do because you have a much smaller squad.
Well, Mark,
Well,
I-
because you've got 10 in the North, 10 in the South. So
No.
You
But
could
you would
do
also
that.
have a bench. So they should need to name like a 22-man roster.
2
Um,
from each.
if not more, and have like 10 subs in the
You do
game.
you do like a full sub at halftime or something.
Yeah. They should have like a 30 from the North, 30 from the South, something like that, and they sub them out. To me, if this was actually to happen, what would be more interesting to me would be all the supplemental games.
Instead of a
So-
South and a North, just have a 20-man squad. That's
The problem is
No.
that there's no incentive
Because
to
listen,
play it.
Listen, remember
And
the whole
that's-
idea about
that's
doing
true.
this. The whole idea about doing this is a money-making scheme to show off the talent. So
Well,
it's
play
not
it
about
against-
a game.
play it against
It's not
La
about a
Liga.
game because
All-Star games are terrible.
yeah, but
They are.
They're not.
They're absolutely
not gonna.
Worst.
Nobody is gonna risk getting hurt.
Exactly.
So they're not gonna play full out. They'll play full out for bursts, but that's it. What's more important to me would be like a crossbar challenge, a 30-meter dash, a 100-meter dash. Find out who is actually the fastest. Watch these kids have fun. See who can jump the highest. See who can get the header. See
You
who
kick
can
it the furthest.
see which keeper
So
can
you
kick
just
the
want to
ball
make it a
furthest.
skills. You want to make it a
Hardest,
skills
yeah.
challenge.
Mark,
So
those
you're
are the
gonna
best
turn
parts
into
of the.
I just.
You mean
Those
the
are the
little
best parts of the.
I'm
you
not
mean
Hockey,
the best
they make it
I'm just
the
asking
entire
a question.
weekend.
So you're looking to make it a skills challenge.
So basically
To me,
the
makes
little
the most
load ups
sense.
before FIFA games. Just do them little
because I
things.
don't think that
It
an
sounds
all-star
like-
game
it
is
sounds like
going to
it's gonna
be
be-
interesting to
Kick
watch.
it in the bucket.
You know?
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, how high scoring of a game are you going to see? We already see,
And it's not gonna be
NBA All-Star
competitive.
game that's like 160 to 150. We see NFL Pro Bowl game go 42 to 38. I mean, what are we going to be happy watching a 14 to 9 Premier League All-Star game? I don't.
Yeah.
Diving
half the
competition.
fun is the tackles.
That's what we're saying.
I'm
It's not
surprised
about
this
the
doesn't
match.
have
It's
WSL
not about
players
the
in it.
match. It's about the weekend. It's about this fun weekend where these guys get to actually hang out together and have a good time. And then it's like, oh, you're faster than me? You think you're faster than me? That's where you want fucking Kyle Walker being called up. That's where you want these like fucking speedsters to be
Yeah,
like,
there's
yeah,
no
maybe they
incentive
didn't
to
make the
play it.
starting 11, but
Yeah.
they're in the 30-man roster because Dan James made it on the 30-man roster just for the speed challenge.
You could have a three-legged race, couldn't
The
you?
skill challenges in hockey and football and basketball are always better than the games.
Or you could have a sack race with like Llorente versus Maguire. Or...
You could have
No,
a
the sack race
three-legged
is
Do
between
a
Tuchel and
diving
Parker.
competition. Let them get it out of the
Yeah,
system.
Sterling would win that. The diving competition, Sterling and Ronaldo could. could go after
Anthony
that.
Gordon is quite.
And then the red card challenge.
quite a
Like I
rookie.
want to see. I want like volunteers from England, like just normal dudes who volunteer to be laid out, tackled. And I want to see Shaka do the worst tackle he could ever imagine on somebody.
We
Like
could also
like
throw
I
in.
want to see who's going to get the worst red card, and they just get some bloke from the street, and they give him the ball, and it's like, go take him out. Who's going to get the worst two-legged, high boot, dangerous, destroy this man's
We
life
could throw in eye
challenge?
tests for referees.
No rules.
Maybe the
FIFA
refs
streets.
play.
No
Make
rules,
the
FIFA.
refs
FIFA
play and
streets.
let the players VAR it.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking
It
ref.
would be carnage.
Yeah. Well, that being said, I feel like we were all ranting at the same time.
Yeah.
Lost a head of
enough,
steam there.
enough said on that Southern team. It's
So, can I ask you
It's a
guys
great
then,
idea.
can
It's a great
Do you
idea,
guys-
but no, go on.
do you guys know enough about other leagues that we could put together a starting 11 for La Liga or
I know
Bundesliga?
two people that could put together a starting lineup for La Liga. One of them is here and one of them is in the comment section.
Because
you're probably
here we
your
go,
best man for all the leagues. Is right below you.
Mo Master says we already have an all-star tournament. It's called the World Cup, but that is not true. Otherwise, Messi would have won 4 World Cups already. But it's
Haaland's
not.
probably never going to play in the World Cup.
Hmm.
I could be wrong, but I just mean
You will be wrong.
it's
You will be
It's-
wrong.
yeah.
Odegaard is his captain.
Well, they've got
now,
Rasmus as
like-
well, haven't they now? So
And Odegaard is a captain. They're coming up. They're
But,
coming up.
my point is that they're not going to be guaranteed. It's not like where
No.
England's going to win 9 out of 10 qualifiers. Like they are going to have to graft, and they are going to
and
heavily
probably
rely on
playoff
him.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
they lost out on the playoffs this
would
year.
would it be more interesting to
Are
have
they expanding it?
Yeah, but not for Europe.
Would it be more interesting to have a Premier League versus La Liga versus Bundesliga?
Yeah, like a round robin.
Mini tournament during
Yeah.
an off summer where there's no World Cup, there's no Euros.
The only reason I say that won't work is because that off summer, those players will be sitting there, considering how football has been for the last few years, they will sit there and go, no, actually, we want to sit on our arse for the summer.
Or I'm injured, I
Yeah.
can't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think summer is the right time. Like, do this to replace like one of those stupid international tournaments that they do in the U.S. or like, But the good thing about that though is, it is like a preseason for where a team like Arsenal can play the kids and see who can actually be on the bench that year as opposed to who they're going to loan out, right? But I guess Arsenal could still do that.
There are elements of this whole thing that are good ideas. The problem is, the reality of it is that there's no incentive to make the players want to do it.
Here's an incentive. A lot of people in this country make less than 90 grand a year. They make 50, 60, 40, 30 grand a year, and they have to work all year round. They don't get a 3-month, 2-month break where they get to go and do nothing. And their career...
You're assuming that they're doing nothing when they're not
It'll
playing.
play out like
That's
the Pro
what you're
Bowl.
saying. You just said they'll sit on their ass. The people making this lower amount of money also don't only do it for the prime of their life, they do it until they fucking die. So you mean to tell me these kids who have maybe 20 years of playing football from 10-year-old to 30, let's say 25 years, and they're making millions and millions of pounds, You can't get them to come out for a weekend?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you. They will sit there
Then
and
they're
go,
twats.
my
but
player. That's we ain't debating whether they're twats or not. We're debating whether they would want to do it.
Players in the U.S. sit out All-Star games too. I mean, I think some will want to and some won't.
I'm thinking of it in the way that the Pro Bowl, like a lot of the players that are voted into the Pro Bowl don't play in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, they choose not to. You can opt out. Or
But
you
a
can go
lot
to
of
the
the
Super Bowl.
players that will get selected for this thing will probably not want to do it. Which then defeats the purpose of doing it.
And what I'm saying is, in my job, if I want to make the money, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, but you're not in their job where they've made the money all year.
In their job, they get paid.
They get paid 1 week what you earn in fucking, I don't know.
They get paid in 1 week what I make in like what, I don't know, 3, 4,
weeks?
5 years.
2 weeks.
2 weeks on this show because we got so many goddamn followers, man. Mark and John, I swear I'll cut you a check eventually. But yeah,
when he hits that golden accumulator,
as soon as I figure out how to change pounds to gold bullion.
He nearly won a lot of money this week.
I'm just getting comfy.
Nearly. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
It does. But it was impressive. Give you that.
It was good. You liked my 2 draws, and the 2 draws were what hit. Fucking Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
And that was discussed.
That would have been massive.
That was discussed. That is what you should before the match. Was saying that should probably have been a draw.
And I didn't tell you guys. I put a straight $10 bet on Shakhtar because they had played so well. Rangers were terrible. It was Shakhtar Rangers, right?
Celtic.
Celtic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'll get murdered. That's why I can't go to Scotland.
It's pretty amazing that Club Brugge is at the top of Group B.
Yeah.
They won 4-0 at Porto, didn't they?
Yeah. Was it Ajax beat Rangers? Was it 3-0 or 4-0? I can't remember.
Ajax beat Rangers.
Ajax and Napoli beat Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
top.
that's
Napoli
the
are top of the group, aren't they? Yeah.
What about Sporting
was
beating
Shakhtar
Tottenham?
good?
That was.
I put money on that, and I won that.
I think the shock result was Man United beating Sheriff.
Yeah, I did not have that. I lost money on that. I thought that was
forgot
easy,
that
man.
match was even happening, to be honest.
But
that Thursday night
Benfica-
football.
Benfica beating Juventus, I had money on that one as well.
How long before Tuchel's coaching Juventus?
Ooh, good shout.
I feel like that's
Excuse me.
3 months.
It won't be long the way it's going for Juventus.
Night, Graham.
Graham, what do you mean there's no football again? There's football this weekend. Oh, you must be a Leeds fan.
Let's
then.
ask our European football expert, Chris. What's
It's
gone
just
wrong with
matches
Juventus?
in London, right? That are postponed.
Juventus run out of money, and it's just Milan's turn, isn't it? I mean, it's tight, but it's Milan's turn.
I mean, it doesn't mean. I mean, Allegri never played attractive football, but he was the coach not that long ago, and he won how many titles in a row? I don't. The squad is maybe. It's the midfield is a bit weak, but I think they've got good defenders and good attacker. I don't know.
It's a competitive league, though, isn't it?
It's a very average midfield, and then on top of that, AC Milan.
It's a very tight league, isn't it? Though, all the way through. Usually,
yeah.
It is.
It's not the best. It's not the highest quality league. I think it's very good. It's a lot better than it was 5 years ago. But in terms of how tight the top is, it's incredibly entertaining because even in Milan, like
it went to the last day, didn't it? Last season,
they'll still make mistakes that other top teams in the leagues don't. It's the most competitive league.
It's still a retirement league for me.
It's more the.
But it's getting younger again.
I think that the problem with that league is if Juventus do well, no one stands a chance. And if Juventus drop off a bit, then it's like a scrap for the spot that's been vacated as such.
You know, it's fun because it probably is the oldest in terms of average age, but I feel like they've got a lot of people who are like 24 and under, and then a lot of people who are 30 and older. Like not a lot of folks in their like prime late 20s in the league right now. They all, maybe they go to Spain or something, but
I don't have the info to hand, but I'm pretty sure that league, of the top 5 leagues, that will be the one with the lowest amount of goals on average in a game.
It has been until the last two or 3 years. It actually surpassed the Premier League in terms of goals per game. Historically, it's the lowest by far. But I think France and Portugal are the lowest scoring right now.
French league, shocking.
I don't really know.
I know this happened. This happened a couple of weeks, probably a month ago now. But I don't know if you saw it, where Dortmund were winning 2-0 against Werder Bremen into injury time and lost 3-2.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so no, they were down 2-0 in the 89th minute, right?
Yes.
Mm.
And then lost.
That league.
That's
That was the week. That was
Dortmund.
the weekend. It was the weekend we threw away the lead against Southampton. I'm sure it was.
That only happens though, doesn't it? In like under 11 leagues, under 11s or something that happens.
Dortmund is such a. The Bundesliga could be more competitive. I mean, Bayern's only won 2 of their first 5 or 2 of their but they're still going to win that league because every time Dortmund has a chance to close the gap, they just.
Bayern are so far out in front that whenever there is a year where they don't win it, they then just throw the house at making sure that they regain it, and then they have it for another 5 years. So, to be fair, it's what Man United used to do as well in the early Premier League era.
But it's been 10, 11 years. The last non-Bayern team to win was Klopp's Dortmund won 2 years in a row. Long time ago now.
Well, do you guys want to move on to the matches that are coming up this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to have a pee break or?
We can.
Yeah, let's do that.
I just
that sounds like
you just did
my pee break, but sure, let's do it. What should we watch during the pee break?
Well, we have to wait. That's next week.
How about a classic? How about a classic? All right. So everybody, we're gonna take a bio break right now, and if you gotta run off, get a new beer, do whatever you gotta do. We're gonna listen to James talk for a minute. James, our old friend, who we will see in London and in Leeds. So everybody, we will be back in about 3 minutes. All right, enjoy your halftime show.
Here's a question: when you guys were in the desert that was the championship for 16 years, did you watch any Premier League games?
No. I didn't watch any of them. Fuck them. I didn't watch a single minute of a Premiership match. Swear to God. I didn't give a shit.
I must admit, or anything like that.
No, I still don't watch. I don't watch anything but Leeds, mate. Nothing but Leeds. That's it. And that's all I care about.
I must admit, I'm with James this season. This season, I've struggled to watch other games.
Bielsa watches everybody. You should too.
No, and what I really hate is like people like talk, oh, that was a great match, man. That was a great match. And it wasn't even involving your club. I mean, no one cares. No, I don't care about that, man. No one care. I don't care about anything that doesn't involve Leeds.
All right. So in the last 15 years,
I
That's
fucking
it.
love you,
I
James.
love Leeds. I love
how many
Leeds.
times have you watched?
I love Leeds. Full stop.
So the
Full
last
stop, mate. I
So
love
you-
Leeds. I
you just
don't give
missed
a
Lionel
fuck about
Messi
anybody
for
else.
15 years. Like, is that what you're saying? Like, you
What?
didn't? Did you watch Lionel Messi or Ronaldo or anyone?
No.
Oh, nobody
No,
watches that.
no, don't care.
I
I don't care. I only care about Leeds.
That's fucking insane.
I don't even know who those people are. Who are they?
How do you know
You're
how?
Lionel Richie and someone I can't remember. Who did you say?
James.
I'm in a bubble, mate. I'm in a bubble. It's called the Leeds bubble. I'm there. I'm here to stay. I signed up for this 40 years ago, and I'm not leaving. It's the 40 years.
I wanted to ask you, James.
It's Leeds bubble. I don't watch. I don't give a fuck about any other team.
No.
in the Premiership. I really don't.
Well,
I don't give a flying fuck.
You on the
Today's
train.
one.
I hate
Today's
them all.
one
I hate
for
them
Wolves
all.
because we scored
There's
it.
varying degrees of hatred.
Right. But
It's
seriously,
going to make me hate you.
see, James, that's the thing is you think that like bothers James at all? James expects he expects that you hate Leeds. He comes.
I want you to hate Leeds.
Exactly.
I want you to hate us. You
Well,
know,
after
I
this
don't
season,
want you
we
to
should
like
hate
us,
the fact
any
that
of
the
you.
Wolves beat you.
No. Look, I love your hatred, man. I feed off of it. I feed off your hatred like any Leeds fan does. We don't give a fuck. You hate us and we don't give a fuck.
He still don't give a fuck.
How
Man,
young
he
did
still
you look?
Don't give a fuck.
What I should have asked him was, does he actually like football,
Yeah, he loves it.
or does he just love Leeds?
He does actually love football.
I get the feeling he more loves the football culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves football culture, that's for sure.
Definitely 80s Green Street.
Yeah, that was more what I was getting at. Like, he likes the old, just fucking get him.
He wears service crew t-shirts.
The hooligans.
Which is the Leeds hooligans.
Yeah.
But he bleeds Leeds. You can't. You got to love him for that. He gets what it means to be Leeds. Fucking crazy, fucking demented, and fucking sucker for punishment.
Yeah.
Too. I was like, my beard looked
That's the
all brown.
stress of supporting football teams.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's take a peek at what we have going on this weekend. We already have 2 matches in the can. Was anyone surprised with Fulham
There were
beating
matches
Forest?
today.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Oh, fuck, I had no idea.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
No, I was more surprised Villa won.
You got to keep in mind, Fulham probably beat them twice last season as well.
Forest was up 1-0.
I don't know the facts of that, but it's a safe assumption because they battered everyone.
I think Fulham scored 3 times in 6 minutes. Forest was up for
1-0. Yeah, they were up 1-0
I'm
for.
looking at it right now. 4 or 3
it
goals
was like
in
7 minutes or so.
It went 1-0, 3-1, 3-2. Yeah.
I think they're both those. I think those squads should both stay up, which means I don't know who the fuck's it. Leicester could really go down.
Villa, they don't look good. I mean, that was I didn't think Villa would win that, to be honest.
You know how when people say the Premier League's the greatest league in the world? Everyone's like, greatest league in the world. It fucking weren't tonight when I was watching the Aston Villa Southampton match on Sky. Oh my God. It was painful. Painful.
Yeah. Bad football. Speaking of painful, Mark, are you waking up at 7:30 in the morning to watch your Wolves let in a bunch of Holland goals?
No, I won't watch that reality. Because that's not happening.
You never know.
You never
you've
know.
been careful
You never
about beating
know.
City.
We're we don't give up goals.
Just play Traore, you'll be all right.
So let's talk about that, guys.
I think that it's at home. That's one thing we got going for us. We had an extra week of training for Costa. Maybe he plays. I don't think he does, but
I didn't realize Liverpool got postponed.
That's an interesting purchase you've made.
That Chelsea, so
we didn't purchase him. He was free.
Well,
they've looked at it as too big a game to police with the massive logisticals of the funeral. The same with the Leeds Man U. It's that they're not capable of policing it.
Yeah,
it's too much risk of crowd trouble.
We'll see what happens. I will be up.
And play the game in America.
Wake up at 7:30.
Just fly him out to New York.
They'd have been better borrowing police from all the smaller towns and smaller cities rather than Great Manchester Police.
I was quietly pleased that got cancelled.
I was in a way, but I just think that last week's game shouldn't have been cancelled.
No, but I'm saying if we'd have say we could have gone into Sunday with a win against Nottingham Forest, then it'd be your momentum, you're rolling. Yeah. Whereas we were rolling into Old Trafford on the back of not winning since
our next game's Villa, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but
guys, let's talk.
You can get bad habits out.
Let's try and stay on Wolves City right now. How do you guys think this is going to end?
Poorly for Wolves.
4-1.
Not happy for Wolves, but
I just think Haaland's on too much of a hot streak right now.
It's not gonna be as bad as it could potentially be.
Who's home?
I think Man City are gonna win probably 2-0, maybe.
I think 2-0 City.
Yeah, I think that's a fair result given who we're playing and how we've been playing.
It would be fucking awesome if Costa plays and scores in his first game, though, and then bites someone and then gets a red card.
He's not Luis Suarez.
He's not far off.
Yeah, but he ain't an horrible little rat, is he?
Hey.
No, but that's a rat. I'm sorry. It is. He bites like a rat. He looks like a rat. He's a dirty, horrible human being.
Suarez never got sent off in the Premier League.
Did you know I emailed Merseyside Police to ask them why they didn't charge him? They said because there was no charges pressed. So I said it's a fray. It was in a public place. And they never replied to that one.
I would say they knew you were right.
Had a word with Yorkshire Police, and then your door got down.
Fucking twats.
In a totally unrelated matter.
Corrupt British policing, allegedly.
Well, let me pose this: Manchester City do go around demolishing people, but when they have their hiccups, it's against weird teams. I think they lost to Crystal Palace last season. They lose to weird teams. Could this be one of them with a Diego Costa at Molineux? Could this be a 1-0 sort of scenario? They were losing.
Look, City are capable of conceding. I mean, look, they've come back twice this season to win.
Yeah,
I think they win the title on the back of rolling into places like Molineux and professionally turning them over with a comfortable 2-0 scoreline. They take the points and they go on with respect to Mark. That's generally how.
No, I mean, look, would I like it if we won? Absolutely. Do I think we will win? I wish I could say with certainty. But no, we're not going to win. We're not winning this game. But we do play teams well. Everyone seems to remember the complete pantsing that we got last time we played with City. I think De Bruyne had 4 goals against us. We lost 5-1. We scored first.
Yeah,
and then it was tied up in 8 minutes later. But the earlier match, earlier in the year, we lost 1-0, but that was on a a real controversial handball in the box, we could have drew City. We've played City pretty well over the last few years, outside of the last game. So
has Traore been getting?
We're at home. We've had a week off. We won't have Jimenez. There's all sorts of talk, but I'll believe it when I see it. They're talking about moving Guedes to the striker position. They're also talking about maybe having Traore be striker too, but I don't really like that idea.
Like, you need to do something because your fans, I'm guessing, ain't gonna suffer much of this football for long, and you're heading into like 2-3 years of it.
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, I think in the last presser, Bruno Lage had said, the time for excuses is over.
I mean, playing Man City isn't really the game where you're going to expect to suddenly have 68% of the ball type thing. But you've got to start showing something that you're at least trying to head towards that.
I mean, it's just tough.
It also depends on what our lineup looks like. If Aït-Nouri plays and starts, we're going to give up goals. We're going to just like a sieve on that side of the playing field. He's not very good in tracking back defensively. He gets beat all the time.
Why don't they put Johnny back in that spot?
Johnny plays.
Yeah.
But, with Semedo and Aït-Nouri, it's, he wants to, rotate and keep everyone fresh. I mean, Semedo's not exactly fully fit. He's coming off of that late season hamstring injury last year. They're kind of easing him into it, but I don't, maybe now on a 2 weeks rest, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 2-0 to City is, I think that's a fair result. I would not be ashamed. I would not be, felt like they just totally scored on us with impunity.
Yeah, the problem with City is they can play bad for 80 minutes like they did against Dortmund, and they were outplayed. And then there were just moments of brilliance, this one included. Just like, how on earth does that cross come in off the side of the foot?
You don't know high foot.
There's nobody around, so it's not a high foot. It is a high foot, but he jumps and spins the other way. So after that ball comes off of his foot, he doesn't see it go in the goal because he's spinning that way, this way. And he spins around, but he hits it with the side of his foot towards goal. The dude just has an eye for goal. He scores the most. He looks so awkward, and he looks like he shouldn't be able to get his body in certain positions, and he just does.
John Stones' goal wasn't bad either, was it?
Sorry, are they playing Champions League again next
Ronaldo
week?
Combined.
What?
He's like Ibrahimovic and young Ronaldo combined.
Yes,
it's
that's
that
a
height,
very
strength,
good
speed, like how high he can jump. Dude, City could win fucking 10 titles in a row. That's how good he is.
He's going to beat Alan Shearer's record.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty certain of
Mo
it.
says he doesn't believe it about Haaland. Too little involved in the game for me at City. I would.
He draws players out. He does so much off the ball.
But he's that's
intelligent.
the thing is he's always in the right position, so he doesn't have to touch the ball all game. But he's giving the players João Cancelo to make that pass. Knew Haaland would get on the end of it.
Everywhere he goes, the defender follows.
There's been games where he's had 8 touches. 8. Like, if that was any other footballer, they'd be getting ridiculed. Like, Lukaku was getting, like, the least amount of touches in the history of the Premier League and things, Premier League match and things like this. But when it's Haaland, right, and I'm not sitting down, everyone's kissed his ass, it's okay with Haaland. It's like, yeah, because he touched ball 8 times, still gets 1 assist out of the 8 touches. And like you said, people are double marking him, which then means that someone else that is of world-class caliber in that Man City team is not being marked, and they exploit it.
And for this one, Tom, there were 3 defenders on him. He had 3 defenders on him. But the pass was incredible. He saw it as soon as it came off of Cancelo's foot, and he jumped up and midair made a decision of how he had to hit it, and he hit. It's like, how do you stop that?
I mean, especially you have Cancelo, De Bruyne, and Silva just feeding you with their passes from 30 yards are as accurate as most people from 10. Like, it's just.
I'm glad you're describing the goal.
He might score 50 this year.
Yeah.
No sarcasm. I'm glad you're describing the goal to me, because I'm not paying £30 a month to watch a competition that Leeds United are not in.
Go on YouTube or somewhere and watch that goal. It's like you have to watch it again and go, wait.
I pay £30 a year and I get everything.
There were 3 defenders in front of Haaland. Cancelo's over here, whips a ball off of the outside of his foot to curl around in front of the keeper, and Haaland goes in. Nobody's even expecting anyone to get anywhere near that. And if they do, the ball was too high. It was too far. He jumps backside of this foot, kicks it that way, falls over that way, rolls around, and looks up and goes, goal. And he walked up and he went like that. I'm not going to celebrate.
May I ask if you've had a wet dream about this goal yet?
Twice.
I don't think I've dreamt this week because I haven't slept very much at all.
He has had hallucinations of it, though.
I will. No, I mean, those are the types of goals where you're like, how do you fucking stop that? Because they were bad. Dortmund were way better for the majority of that match.
Everyone wants him to score because everyone wants to see this man reach his potential.
But who was it? John Stones or somebody had like a 25
maybe
yarder.
Chris doesn't, but
he had like a 25-yard
competitive reasons. But generally, everyone wants to see this man.
He scores 36 games a season. I'm okay.
Oh, looking at your defense, he's going to score a lot.
He's just score 38 times.
Yeah, he's going to score against Liverpool.
I just watched that, and he just throws his whole body into it. It's crazy.
But the pass is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, but just...
And you see the 3 defenders who are marking him going, they look at each other like...
It upsets me that it's Man City as an institution, because the football they play deserves better than the fan base they have. In the respect that they've become apathetic to it because they're used to it. I don't know. I just find it. I can't explain it very well.
Yeah, they're a shit fan base, to be honest.
It deserves a rabid audience reacting to what they are actually seeing. And
I don't know. We got the 5 of us raving about it.
Well, but here's the thing.
Another 26 watching us raving about it.
When he scored his hat-trick, when he scored the 3rd goal against Nottingham Forest, and with respect, it was against Nottingham Forest, but the camera panned across the crowd, and they're doing polite golf. Like, if you didn't know it was Etihad Stadium, you'd have thought it was golf. It was.
They were 7-0 up against Leeds, and Leeds were out singing them. 7-0 up.
Well, we had to sing, or we'd have been crying.
Well, still, you couldn't hear them.
But here's the thing: like Jason Lellis, longtime fan of the show, been watching us forever. He has a question here: is Haaland better than Ronaldo or Messi? And I think that's not a fair
comparison
question because right now the longevity of Ronaldo and Messi. Being at that level for that long,
it's never going to be a fair comparison.
Honestly, there's no comparison. There is zero comparison to those two for doing it. I mean,
ask in 10 years' time if he's got 5 Ballon d'Ors.
But even
I mean, I hate to say it, but like, you're looking at like Sergio Ramos or somebody like as a defender, somebody not doing the same things that they do, but somebody who's just done it consistently for so long.
It's like
At this
asking
point,
who
it's
would
not
win at
about
Rally
skill.
and Tyson.
It's also
I don't think
if
there's
you-
any
if you were talking
comparison
about
in the
skill
two
players,
themselves. I just think
if-
Messi wins hands down all day long. No argument.
But they do different things. They do different things.
I
The
agree
beauty of
I agree with
football.
Ben.
The beauty of
well.
football. It's
I mean,
not
I
about
am
who
a
scored
Messi
more
over
goals.
Ronaldo. I am
Ronaldo,
all
Messi.
day long, all day.
I am
He
Messi
wins.
over
Ronaldo's an incredible
Ronaldo.
player.
Nah. I've always put Ronaldo over Messi as much
Ugh,
as it's
gross,
pains
Tom.
me. But,
Gross. That's just gross.
well, yeah, but
listen,
Ronaldo at
Holland
least
hasn't done
played
it.
in
Holland
different
hasn't
leagues.
done it long
That's
enough.
why football's subjective.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also because you have all these players that kind of play these in
Shut
between
up, my
positions
master.
now. Like, what?
I said, shut up, my master. He's agreeing with me, which makes me think that I might be wrong. No, I'm joking, all right? I'm not wrong. I've got the facts to back it up too. But then the Messi fans have facts too. And they could sit there and go, oh, but he did, and I'd be sitting there going, I don't care.
And I'd be saying the same for your facts. My opinion. Your opinion.
I mean, no. There are
Me, if I never ever saw their record books and their goals and their
we should just be grateful that
Have
we
you
got to
watched
see them
them?
both at the same time.
it's a blessing.
No, but these two football players are the closest football's ever had to becoming basketball in terms that it's a star-led sport. Because in basketball, people follow the players more than the teams.
That's got a lot to do with the growth of Instagram and Facebook and all the bullshit.
Of course it has.
I think
what I mean is there are people that support. They'll watch Ronaldo or Messi, both, but they'll watch they just watch the player. Whoever he plays for, they'll watch their games.
A bit like Formula One, you follow your driver rather than the team.
It's rare in football, though.
I think you'll see more of that, though. I'm sure Mbappe or Holland, it's already happening.
Yeah, because social media, like Ben said, social media is creating.
Well, and there's plenty of players around the world that I admire, you know, and there's even players that play for teams I hate that you can't deny the skills of certain players, you know. But
when I was 10, I thought the greatest footballer on earth was Romario, who played for Brazil. But in 1995, I couldn't watch the man play football. It was just a videotape of like the World Cup and things like that. Whereas that would be different if I was a 10-year-old now, because you could see the players every week, because there's copious amounts of ways to actually watch football. Mainly you have to pay for it, but it's all YouTube, things like that, but it's there. Whereas in 94, it was literally BBC Match of the Day. Occasionally, in England, you got 2 live matches a week on Sky, and we had Italian football on a Sunday.
Yeah, go let's go.
Yeah, it was actually quite a big deal. We'd get 1 live match of Serie A on Saturday, Sunday,
and then you get the highlights.
Afternoon.
You get the highlight show midweek.
Yeah, no, you'd have to wait 6 days to watch the highlights.
Yeah, and it was on after clock at night. Oh, was it Saturday? Yeah, it was Saturday morning. Yeah.
I think the cool thing about that is that
a late night. Obviously, I wouldn't know that at 10.
There's no way you could know all the players back then. So I feel like
it was Baggio
when transfers came in from other leagues, like people were genuine. Like almost no one is under scouted now. Like
this is why I think the World Cup has dropped off as a competition. Although it's still going to be the pinnacle of the sport, it's not as exotic as it used to be, because the best players in this competition I can watch all the time. Yeah. Whereas back 30 years ago,
they were all in their own leagues.
I couldn't watch these players all the time. Like they were literally like these mythical, godlike figures. Oh, I've heard Romario's amazing. He scored 30 goals in a season for Barcelona. Barcelona were a mythical creature to myself, because again,
when Lineker went to Barcelona, it's such a rare thing for an English player to go abroad. I think Ian Rush followed, and somebody else. And Gaza went to Lazio, didn't he? But it's still a rare thing for an English player to go abroad.
I think that's more now partly though because England's where the money is. So why leave?
Mm.
I mean, he
But
isn't English, but Welsh. Like Gareth Bale, I feel like was the last big money move. I mean, Hazard too, but Hazard was Belgian. Like,
Yeah.
I could kind of see why, but Gareth Bale has to be the last like big
Jude
money.
Bellingham was a costly for how old he was.
Yeah, but he's gonna come back.
Oh yeah,
year.
yeah.
He's fucking good, man.
That Bellingham, it's an interesting transfer in the fact that even then, it was like everyone made money on the deal. Birmingham got an absurd amount of money for a player that it potentially could turn shit in 5 minutes because he was 16.
Yeah, and they retired his shirt.
It might turn out that he can't play football against people over the age of 20. I mean, it's not true, but it could have been true. And so they got a lot of money, and Dortmund know if it works out, they're going to get a lot of money. Similar with Sancho.
Mm.
And they took Sancho for free, knowing that they're probably going to make a massive amount of money on him.
Is Musiala? Did he claim to Germany or England? Like he claimed Germany over England, right? He had the option of either.
He had the option of about 5 countries, if I remember correctly.
That kid's good as well. Hopefully,
so
see
where
him.
are we?
I don't know.
I'm a little lost in the
Time for
conversation.
betting in the dark yet?
Oh, Jesus. We have betting in the dark. Let's do it.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
I see there have been some modifications made to the
Yeah, you've
title
got a
card
crown.
this
So
week.
does Cyril.
I have got a crown. If I don't, John should have told me that because I would have actually dug my crown up.
Mr. Tom, I mean, you're just biting on Cyril's style.
John's been busy this week in his defence.
He has. He's a great man. So basically, I've gone with what I think is a common sense approach in terms of a score pick because I can't see anything really but a comfortable win for Spurs. Richarlison's either going to score, get shown a card for being a tosser, and obviously Harry Kane.
He gets shown a card because he takes his shirt off
after scoring.
Well, that's a problem, though. It's not an and; it's an or. Can you only have one, or can you have both?
No, it wins if it wins if he does
if
either.
you get either, yeah.
Okay, but if he does both,
yeah, you still get.
Yeah.
You don't get anything extra.
I was just saying,
Harry Kane has to score or assist as well. So,
Well, that's
not bad.
In theory, if Harry Kane assists a Richarlison goal, then 2 out of 3 is already done.
Right.
But
I don't think Richarlison starts, so I'm gonna not take this bet.
Yeah, but even if he came on then got booked, it's still
he'll show a card.
Oh, okay, the booking part, sure.
He can get carded from the bench.
I just think Leicester are going to give up more goals than that. They're terrible.
That's my thing.
No, see, I think they will tighten up because they've been terrible defensively, but they will still lose. Because they've had time to.
I just think it's
they've
good
had
return.
time on the training ground, let's say. Sorry, Ben.
It's a good return for a quid.
Yeah,
it's not beyond the realms of possibility. So it's a fair bet.
Thank you. Yeah, so basically, I've gone with, I'll personally think this is a bit self-explanatory, but with the same respectful payout, it's fairly high.
Desmond,
so going for the 2-2 draw. Yeah, going for the draw. Specifically, the Desmond.
That's what we should call that.
Ivan Toney's going to mark his England call up with a goal contribution, and Odegaard, don't think I have the exact facts to hand, but he has not had the worst start to the season himself, and he might get in on this.
I think I picked
they have 4 possible ways to get in on it. So
I think I picked a Desmond on my Super 6 for this fixture, so I like it.
No way.
Arsenal needs to win this game.
I do like how John has actually
win.
added Desmond into the image. Just want to point that out. Well, it was impressive.
Anything for you, Tom.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, no. I obviously the correct scores are difficult, but the financial rewards are worth it.
I've only just noticed that they're ducks below and above him.
I thought it was like an Oscar statue or something.
No, it's actually a duck. It's like a Cyril, yeah.
So what you're saying is this is like layered content where the more you see it, the more you notice.
Yeah.
The more you look at it, yeah. No, I'm not going with that.
Lolo, can I ask, can we bet the score or assist?
Sometimes it gives it as an option, but the score or a card, that doesn't happen.
No, that
we
don't see
that.
that.
To get this, you'll get this closer to the game.
Yeah,
if they're ever going to offer it, you'll get it close to kickoff.
You should open up your own betting site then that covers assists and shit. You'll be rich in no time.
You know, and the licensing to do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'd
take this bet if I could make it.
And final one. I've gone again for a draw because both teams need the win, and as I like to say, in a situation where both teams need the win, both are probably going to be left unhappy. And in this case, I'm be quite glad if they are, because Fat Frank needs a win, and I hope he don't get it. I've got Maxwell Cornet.
I will watch the fuck out of this game.
Assist. Yeah, Cornet score assist. I believe he did get an assist in midweek in the Conference League, but the one I know you're all going to question, why have you done Neil Maupay by 3 or more shots? I'll tell you why, because he had 5 shots against Liverpool, all right? Which it sounds like a lot. And
he has about 80 shots and scores maybe 6 goals.
But he's looking for his first goal, right? So he's desperate. So I believe any time he even gets possession of the ball, he's going to have crack on goal.
Is Moyes in trouble at all, or you think it's just a strange start to the season?
I think Moyes has credit in the bank.
Yeah.
You know,
I am the process.
They lost a little bit of leadership in the locker room. They didn't really buy much.
I think it's just a natural assumption that they're going to start picking up wins. I just think it's just
a rough start. I mean, I'd have to look a little deeper into their schedule, but if I was to pick out of that match, I'd say, you know, Frank is in worse water than Moyes. Plus,
Wait a
the
minute.
team loves David Moyes.
You said they didn't buy much. They bought Scamacca and Paquetá.
Oh, that was after the start of the season. I forgot about that. You're right. I'm basing it on. I would say the same thing about Wolves. I mean, Wolves didn't. No,
Scooby-Doo. I was eating
the first week of the season.
I think
and then we broke all our new toys and had to get an old toy.
I think there's an assumption that they're just going to come good and like edge their way away from the bottom of the pack. But at the same time, outside of the European matches, there's actually nothing that suggests that's going to happen.
Who are their center backs? Who are the center backs at West Ham?
They're injured.
They have the cat kicker.
Zuma? No. Suchek's is a 6, I think.
Yeah, he's a 6.
Ben, if anyone who knows about our injuries can affect a team, it's fucking us.
You own that corner, huh?
It felt like we did this time last year, or 6 months ago.
Yeah, I think I'm going more the route of the macronomical here with Brentford 1, Arsenal 2, Everton 2, West Ham 1. I think Everton are on a better.
Well, let's see what the macronomical's duck is like.
Yeah. Is Mr. Tom's position up for grabs here? Is that what you're saying?
No. These are Mr. Tom's picks. Mr. Tom gives us the
I actually did win a bet
fuel
tonight.
to the fire.
What bet did you win?
I won. I did. Sorry, let me find the exact wording of it. I did. Forest game over 2.5 goals, Villa game under 2.5 goals, and Salernitana and Lecce in Italy under 3.5 goals. Win.
Returns.
Yeah.
What
I
was
say
the
Lecce because like you put money in the meter and you.
The Lecce.
What did you win?
It ended up working out about 3-1, so you got like 4. But to be fair, right, that Lecce game ended up 2-1 with a late goal. So I was right to go with the cowardly 3.5 instead of the more risky 2.5 because that would have lost. Cash.
Interesting.
Cash. That's how you do it, guys.
He's
Back in
buying
a
the
second.
beer when you guys get there.
Yeah, with this $4. Pounds, by the way.
I spent it on chicken, if you must know. Grilled chicken.
Leroy King.
Oh, wow. They always get my name wrong. It's all good. And really... yeah, now I'm reading it Macronical. Sorry, I always say macronomical.
Yeah, I always thought it was macronomical.
Macronical, you're off the force.
Macronical.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn in your badge and belt.
What's that from?
Normally you get results.
I'm just making it up.
French Prime Minister.
About 100 million films that have that line.
No, you're actually doing the copper in Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
he's the one who. Yeah, whoever Arnie's character is in Last Action Hero, he's basically.
Chronicle.
You've never seen it. You've never seen Last Action Hero. You
should see it.
Oh my! How have you lived?
There's a lot of things I haven't seen. Oh, hello, Ben.
Hello,
Ben. Okay. Well, that's it for betting in the dark. If you like those bets, go ahead and place them.
6'1" eligible bachelor.
What is he like posing?
Now it's time for betting in the dark with Mr. Ben.
Betting with the double D.
Oh, I'll show you
all right,
the double D.
Let's go through the rest of the matches this week. I love my new shirt.
Did you get sketty sauce on it?
No.
I heard that Bournemouth are being purchased by a Las Vegas consortium.
Yeah, it might just
help
happen.
them all.
Let's go Newcastle Bournemouth. Newcastle Bournemouth. Who do you guys think is going to win that match?
I just love the word consortium.
Newcastle because it's Bournemouth, and Bournemouth is awful. Although they've been better since they got rid of Parker. They've been a little bit better.
Parker Lewis.
By better, do you mean that they drew 0-0?
Sans Parker Lewis, they can't lose.
I think 3-0 Newcastle.
Parker Lewis.
Yeah, Newcastle's just going to abuse them. They've had a rough run.
I might have 50 English bets on 4-1 because it's Tony Turner recommended.
Yeah, I think this is going to be 2-0. I think 2-0. I don't think they go crazy on them.
I think it's 3-0.
I think it's an
I actually think 4-3-1.
4-3-1?
3-1.
A 4-3-1 would be
quite the score, yeah.
Fascinating. Have you ever wondered what it'd be like if you had a football match where you had 3 teams playing on the same pitch at the same time?
No,
and there'd be 3 goals.
Have.
No.
Well, you should think
have.
about it.
Never have.
It would be crazy.
So what are the rules?
Why not? Why 3? Why not 4? You can do it like Chinese checkers.
So who is offside and when?
Who cares about offsides? You just have to pitch like a triangle or something, and you have like the goals in the middle.
Triangular net.
Oh, now you're just getting into the realms of amazingness.
Are we backstage already?
I'm just saying.
all right,
Like three-way
would be
football
great.
match.
I just think I need to like go
Absolutely.
backstage and hit some of the weed to get on that same level of having 3 teams and a triangle.
No, what if you had 4 teams on the same field?
4 teams and the
two
team
games.
and the field is structured like Chinese checkers.
No.
Well,
And
the whole
Ronaldo
league
is
on
on everybody's team.
It's the regular.
Sorry, I just thought for another thing. You have the field now like a square, but you have 2 concurrent matches going on at the same time. So it's
In the
no
same
longer a
field.
free-for-all, but you have like one team against another team and another team against another team, but there's only one ball in play. So you have one team will be in possession of the ball, another team's gonna be like, shit, we need to defend this. But then the other 2 teams are like, shit, we need to get involved in this too, and it will be crazy.
I didn't know Mr. Tom smokes.
I was thinking 2 balls, just like 2 games happening on the same field at the same time.
Now VAR can't even track one ball on the pitch, so.
And everyone would have red and white stripes.
Ben is just like, yeah, I'm not having this.
This idea has legs.
Maybe like a movie.
I never said it was. See, Gary, if you'd been watching from the start, you'd seen I was probably the one person in the panel that was like, yeah, this idea has legs, bro.
Why aren't you on the show, Gary?
Field. Okay.
Why have you deserted us?
He's not going to answer. He's working.
Yeah, I love the fact that when Gary first commented, he said, "Yeah, I'm on my way home and I'm listening," and Mr. Director threw that comment up, and both Lolo and I went like he was watching.
I think he's watching. He saw it. He saw it, Mark. I'm glad you saw it. So let's go to the next match. That's Tottenham against
What 4
Leicester
teams
City.
would you pick? What 4 teams would you pick to take part in my quasi?
I think we gotta table this until the after hours.
Stoke,
Yeah, let me smoke some weed and then we can talk about that.
Stoke, Burnley, Millwall, and
Leeds.
some other ass kickers. Leeds.
Derby.
Spurs, Leicester City. What do we really think is going to happen here? 2-0 Spurs, says Tony Turner.
3-0 Spurs.
Yeah, Leicester's
4-1
awful.
Spurs.
I'll give them a little bit, and I'll say 2-0. I'll cushion the blow a little bit. 2-0 Spurs.
They all
Same
said my
as
pick was bad,
Macronicle.
and then they're all going, 2-0 Spurs, 2-0 Spurs. That's what I said would happen.
4-1 Spurs. They're all 4-1s.
2-1 Leicester City.
My
The
question:
audience fuckers,
Does Son finally score?
Yeah, Son scores, and then Jamie Vardy scores 2. Because fuck Tottenham.
Tottenham suck. Tottenham suck.
Don't care what you think. Spurs suck. It's true.
You should perform that live at the Emirates, really.
Yeah.
I will.
Halftime
Do
show.
you remember the lyrics?
Halftime show at the All-Star. Lolo.
I don't remember the lyrics, but I'm sure I can make something up.
You just lip sync it.
I'm a gunner for life.
Something.
I'm a gunner for life, but I also like Leeds.
You know, and we could just record it on like MP3 or something like that, and then we'll just rent something while we're there for like an hour.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry, everyone. Got to retain my professionalism.
Wow, Saul, how do you really feel about Son?
He couldn't score in a brothel on voucher night at the Mo.
Did he have the golden boot last year?
All right. No, he didn't. He shared it.
Oh.
And have you ever tried to share a boot?
I know he means
What's that a boot?
What is like a German gastropub?
Yep.
I've shared a few.
Brentford Arsenal. Let's
If
go with
Mo
Brentford
Master owned a
Arsenal. Let me
nightclub,
hear
it would
about
be
all your
called the Mo.
terrible predictions.
Yeah. Mo's Tavern.
Yeah.
I think Brentford could give you guys an issue, but probably not, because I think Brentford's going to be all like super confident. It was like, well, we beat them the last time they came into our house. But
I just think it's got 2-2 written all over it.
This isn't the same Arsenal team. And I know that
Yeah, but I
Brentford's
think they've
clicking
been
right now,
dented.
but I don't think they're as good as they were when they had Ericsson. So
They've been dented, Mark, for me, Arsenal's with the Man United result. And Arsenal usually, when they take a dent, they take a few games to get over it.
yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be 3-1 Arsenal.
I like that.
I think Arsenal. They'll score first. Brentford will score, and then it'll go scoreless for like 70 minutes, and then Arsenal will score like 2 goals in the last 4 minutes of regular time.
I like the, and I don't know if he's injured or not, the Arsenal youth player, the midfielder Brentford has that's healthy this year, that Josh De Silva.
That name sounds right.
In the first 2 games. But Arsenal should win 2-1. Which is funny because I said 2-2 is ridiculous, but 2-1 sounds fun.
You tell him.
You leave Frank Thomas or Thomas Frank alone, man. He's an all right guy.
If Thomas Frank gets fired, they should hire Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas.
The big
yes, Tony.
That's an episode of Ted Lasso I would watch. Ted Lasso gets COVID and puts out a call to Frank Thomas to manage the squad. And Coach Beard is pissed because he should have gotten the opportunity.
That's true. All right, I'm going to go with 3-1 Arsenal. I do think we give up a goal, but I think Arsenal come through because I have both alternate kits now, so I can wear whichever one I need to wear on Sunday morning.
Quick question with Brentford: Do you think Ivan Toney could step up to a top 6 or top 10 club?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
He was at Newcastle a couple of years ago, right? He didn't play much.
Yeah, they sold him to Peterborough, and that's where we started bagging goals.
Yeah,
that was in League One.
He was from they bought him from like Northampton when he was young, like out of League 2, I think, Newcastle. But
one of them transfers where you buy them and then never play them.
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, that every team does that in the Premier League. But
I mean, we'd want to see where Brentford goes from last season to this season.
It's kind of like a year and a half ago, we're talking about like, oh, Calvert-Lewin could go to Arsenal or something, and now like
he just can't stay healthy.
Is his moment just passed? Yeah, he's not healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just is it one of those things where it's like, does Ivan Toney want to be like the number one at Brentford and the biggest star on Brentford, or does he want to go somewhere else and just kind of like blend in with everyone else? Like if he was to go to a City or Liverpool or Arsenal, he's no longer the big star.
Well, it's pretty tough because the Premier League has attracted, obviously, with so much capital, they've bought so many players. Like everyone's got a good striker. It's kind of they could be hurt.
Wolves
could be hurt, but.
Well, Ralph Jimenez is a good striker.
No. I was saying we don't have a good striker. We really don't. Raul was a good striker.
You have the ogre.
Hey,
I
am so excited to watch Costa play, but I will say this: he hasn't played in a year and a half. He quit on his last 2 clubs, and he's. yeah, he hasn't played, and
he's going to be a player that
but here's the thing.
Go
here's the thing that
injury before after.
I would throw on the other side of that argument. He released a statement going, "I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I had something to give," and that I liked. I was encouraged by that. You know, I got something to give, and I'm gonna fucking crush it. You know, and if I didn't think I'd crush it, I wouldn't be here. You know, now let's see if his actions can back those words up, because those are pretty big words. But it's just the way and the tone that he took when he said that. You know, or the perceived tone, because it was just a post. You know, so
maybe Tony would be a good fit at Leeds.
But we really don't have a striker.
And
I would take Ivan Tony in a heartbeat.
You're interested you say that, Ivan Tony coming Leeds, because we've got a striker we had a striker that scored 3 goals for us in the under-21s tonight. You may have heard of him. His name's Patrick Bamford.
How is he under 21? He looks like he's 45.
You're allowed to have.
He runs like he's 45.
I know, but he scored goals like it.
If he looks 45, you look fucking 65.
Yeah, and I do. And you know what? I've lived a good life.
How many goals does Rodrigo have?
He's just mad because Pat never tweeted him back.
Yeah.
But he's going to be out a month, and that injury is going to nag him for a long time.
Sonny Perkins scored tonight as well.
Not going to feel good all
goalkeeper.
Season.
No, that's Eddie Beach.
Eddie Beach.
So
Eddie
is
fucking Beach.
The next game?
Say again?
Is Joffrey going to start the next game?
Probably.
Did Gnocco score?
Nope. It was, off the top of my head, it was Bamford, Somerville. Bamford got 3, Somerville, Cooper, Perkins. I don't know about the assists, because it weren't televised, because you couldn't watch it, because there was a Premier League match tonight. You can't watch under-21 Premier League when there's an actual Premier League match.
All the television blackout rules for like all the sports and are just, I hate
it's fucking ridiculous. We get taken off air for showing a Norwich clip.
Yeah.
If anything, Norwich should have paid us.
Yeah.
I say us. I had no agency in the situation.
No.
All right, guys, we have one more match to talk about.
I've got the same agent as John.
It's Everton West Ham.
West Ham's got to win a fucking game.
Tony.
Yeah, I think
really
1-0.
tough to win at Everton. What's the name of their stadium?
1 hour.
Goodison Park. Goodison Park.
Goodson Park.
I want to see Paqueta and Scamacca start, or
I can quite comfortably say that I will not be watching it. So I don't really care.
I think it's the best matchup left.
It's a desperation matchup because they both need to win.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think more so Everton than West Ham. Like I said, the players
but West Ham's aspirations, they need to win.
Well, but those two teams have spent, in the last 5 or 6 years have spent as much as.
I mean, how much did Everton spend in the January window last year? They spent money.
Yeah, no, I'm saying they
spend. Yeah, but they spend money poorly.
They most certainly do. I mean, Dele Alli is probably your best example.
Yeah.
Of poorly spent money. Did they loan him out or did they sell him?
I don't know if they.
I don't know.
Right? He's like in Greece or Turkey or.
I think they had him put down
on the greater planet.
What a
circuit,
fucking!
for all I know.
What a sad. It is.
No, I don't think it is because he's a dick.
I know, but I remember I watched that Milton Keynes game against Man United where they beat him in the League Cup. Was it 4-0 or 5-2?
Yeah, 1-4 Old Trafford.
Was fucking incredible. And those first 2 years at Spurs, he was I don't know. It's
Who are we
just
talking about?
Dele Alli. It's just
Dele
sad.
Alli.
Because he had hunger and drive, and now he's got money, and you don't have to.
I would say that was the one I watched.
He's been drinking too many of those frozes.
I watched the Spurs All or Nothing documentary like a year or two ago and then like there's like 3 or 4 scenes where it's just Mourinho with Dele Alli and Mourinho telling him like he's wasting his what he has, his talent.
And what does he say to that?
He's just kind of has like a smirk and he's like, I agree, but he doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah, he doesn't really care.
He really does not care. But we care about you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. By the way, guys, I did put in the StreamYard link. If you guys want to click on that, you can hang out with us afterwards for a little bit. We'll be backstage.
That
2 hours.
That flew.
2 hours just flew by.
That did fly by.
Yeah. So that being said, we have an early morning rise to watch Mark's Wolves beat the shit out of Manchester City, and the only hat trick that will happen is Diego the Ogre Costa. If there was ever anyone in doubt that ogres ever existed, just look at Diego Costa.
Can you get 3 yellow cards in one match?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll work on it.
He'll actually run over and take Ruben Neves's yellow card. Just
and eat
it. Because you know exactly. It's like I gave him a menu and he ate it. He was so hungry.
Mark, I think you're gonna actually like Diego Costa. I think I've seen him play a lot, and
he's big
I know you're still in the dark of what to expect, but he's a beast. He's an animal. He's a fucking animal.
Well, I just my fear is,
but he also has an eye for
animal
goal,
that everyone talks about is the animal that he was 6 years ago at Chelsea, and then 3 years ago in where was he? He was in
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
He's played for him twice.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, his agent called him and said, "Hey, Wolves are interested in you," and he goes, "Fuck it, I will live in a cave with wolves. I will eat them. I will fuck them.
I mean,
I will win."
We've been chasing him for almost 2 years.
That sounded a bit Al Pacino-ish.
I'll fuck him. I'll win him. I'll fucking live him. I'll fuck him. I'll fucking kiss him if I want him.
Well, it's gone Scottish all of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll fucking.
He's 6'2".
Those wolves.
Danny. He's like 220 or something like that. He's a big boy. I'm gonna be happy to see. And if he's got a nose for the ball and he can put it in the,
he has a nose that's
what's
big enough
in the fucking onion bag.
with Keanu Reeves, where Al Pacino's the devil.
That's the Advocate. Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, boy.
Do you know who your wife is right now? She's doing crack as someone's eating her pussy.
Moving on to the after show. If you guys want more of this conversation, you're gonna have to join us backstage because this public free show is over. Chris, Tom, Ben, Mark, thank you very much for joining us. Much love. John,
football match.
John in the director's booth. Fantastic. Thank you. I'm glad you got home in time to join us as well and help us out with all this. You always kill it. Much love to all you guys. And don't forget, we're T-minus how long? How long, Mark? T-minus?
14 days, is it?
T-minus 15 days.
Oh, shit. We will be there in 2 weeks.
I need to start looking at train tickets.
2 weeks tomorrow.
It's not 15 days.
2 weeks
14
tomorrow.
days. 2 weeks
tomorrow.
Yesterday. We arrive on a Thursday.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about when the derby is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The
we'll
derby
be in
is
London
2 weeks tomorrow.
in 2 weeks.
Leeds is
we
in
will
16
be in
days.
London in 2 weeks. Fucking hell. Come on backstage with us
Come and see
weirdos,
us,
Jason.
y'all.
Love you guys. We will see you after all your teams lose except for Leeds and because they're not playing, and Arsenal wins. So have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.